Oh, crap. This is Harry on football. I don't hear the music. Oh, there it is. Okay.
There you go.
Let's try that again. This is Harry Ho. Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about
Dan Snyder!
Dan Snyder!
Bye-bye! Danny boy! God! Dude, celebrate! Let me get some celebration.
Dude, I can't play it. I'll get a strike.
Oh,
There's a party going on right here. It's a celebration. The last all through the year. Yo, 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 yo,
Who
yo,
let
yo,
the
yo.
dogs out?
I'll get a whatever. What's it called? A YouTube strike, dude. That was messed up. I was like, I can't hear the music. I can't hear the music. I think we're live. It's been so long, and I tore this computer down to nothing to try to put the new graphics card in, and
You did.
never mind that. Yo, 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 yo. Welcome, everybody. Harry Hog Football, episode number 574, in which we finally get to talk about the sale of the team. Who's more pumped than me?
Oh man, I don't know. I've been pretty pumped all day.
I've been pumped. Well, first, it took me a while, dude, because I didn't believe it. The entire yesterday, when people were like, "It's sold, it's sold," I'm like, "No, it's not, dude. No, it's not sold.
Dude,
it's not."
When it came up on ESPN with John Keim, I was like, "That's it. That's a legitimate source right there."
I'm pumped.
Yeah, he may be back. Will the Fifth may be back now.
I know. Hopefully he will be back. Hopefully he's as pumped as us.
I think everybody's pumped. I mean, there's parties all over the DMV right now. Like so many bars on a Friday night, and there's all these people who are just like, woo!
Dude, I was listening to B. Mitch and Finley like all day. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and they're at like some pub that's canning these beers called BYE. By Dan, BYE.
By Dan. They were IPAs, is what they said.
And apparently there's some like, huge line to get these beers at like 6 in the morning. I mean, not 6 in the morning, 10 in the morning. There's Chris Dow listening in on YouTube. He just texted me.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Chris?
What's up?
You need to come into the chat room. CJack17 in the live podcast room.
Speaking of the people who don't believe what's going on.
What? CJack?
Yeah, isn't he the person that kept saying that? No, it was 3P. My bad. Sorry. 3P was the one who just kept saying Dan Snyder's going to renege. Dan Snyder's going to renege. Basically, is what is said all the time.
Dan Snyder is going to renege.
He's been saying the whole time that he's not going to sell the team. He's gonna do like a 180 at the last minute.
He's not gonna do the 180. All right, I'm giving CJack17 part of his celebration routine for this. He's got to find some more Dan Snyder pictures to put into the chat room and Discord while we're doing this podcast. Well, that's his job.
Dude, this guy that I'm putting in there right now. As soon as he said something at that owners meeting, this guy. Oh yeah, he put up a Dan Snyder falling at the very same time I put this up.
That's awesome. We just need those to keep coming, dude. The whole celebration. I've got my 89 glass.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it's just
oh my gosh,
all the way. We both got our Art Monk jerseys on.
I watched this. Oh man, B Mitch today. Dude, they were totally dogging on RG3, trying to say this is his town and all this. And they're like, there's a lot better people you can partner with if you want to have a team member as part of the ownership. Art Monk, Daryl Green, like just starts rattling them off.
Naming off all the guys that are all. It's not that they've been gone, but it's not like they're hanging out either, because no one wants to hang out.
But he was saying all these dudes are going to be coming back home, dude.
I bet they will.
It's going to be rocking. It's going to be rocking this year, like the Defenders games. Now that Snyder's gone, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the record is anymore. He's gone. We can only move up from here.
Dude, they'll be able to put a beer snake all the way up to the upper deck.
Oh my gosh. And guess what won't be banned? Anti-Dan Snyder signs and stuff. Bye, Dan.
We don't think so.
We don't think so.
See ya.
Bye-bye. So let's talk, in case you didn't hear the news, judging by your attendance, you haven't. The team, Dan Snyder has agreed in principle to sell the team to Josh Harris,
right?
Mitchell Rails, and Magic Johnson.
A little bit.
For the small fee of $6.05 billion.
I wonder if that $50 million was put in by Magic. He's like, it's going to bump us up a little bit more.
Chris Dow's pumped in the chat.
Absolutely.
$6 billion, $50 million.
And remember, like this is the agreement to buy the team, but someone can come in and still outbid it. If somebody like, say, Jeff Bezos wanted to come in and do that, he could just be like, boom, I'll give you a 6.25 or whatever, just like the Waltons did in Denver.
Not 6.05, where the 05 equals $50 million.
I'll just bump that up by 200 million.
It's like 5 cents. No, it's 50 million. But anyway, DJ Cool 4 is in here. What's up, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What a momentous day. What a momentous day.
I'm still in denial, though. I'm still like, I said it on the Discord room earlier today. It's like we're beating Dallas by 10 with less than a minute to go, and I'm still like, I don't know. I'm not cheering yet. But I am, because everyone else is.
Oh, so. Yeah.
But
I'll say it till the cows come home. When Jim Irsay came out of that owners meeting, I think in October, and said, Dan Snyder needs to sell the team. That was it. Because no owner's ever done that before. Ever. Anybody.
Oh my gosh, it's such a great day.
So he would have had to sell it, or they were going to take it away from him. And they don't want to have to do the precedent of actually voting to get rid of something or somebody. They did the same thing with Richardson with Carolina. They were just like, all right, you have to sell the team or we're going to vote you out. And that's, I'm sure behind the scenes, that's exactly what they said to little Danny Man.
Dude, you know what the thing was that sealed it for me, though? Like, feeling like it was really happening? I saw that Ron Rivera made a statement about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't say much, just like, I don't know, that people have been on pins and needles around there, and he has this relief that something's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm really, like, I don't care what you say about it, you're acknowledging that it's happening. And if the coach is acknowledging it, what do you think? All right, I don't even want to get into football operations. I'm still into like a celebratory mood here.
Dude, we don't know if these guys are going to take over and start directing at the draft. We don't know if tomorrow they're going to be like, Ron Rivera, cut!
Dude, let's reminisce.
Eric Bieniemy, you're the new Bieniemy is my enemy, he's going to be, maybe they'll upgrade him to the coach. Maybe he will be the first black coach of the Redskins. Who knows?
Dude, chew on this for a minute. In the last, since Dan Snyder has owned the team for, what is it, 24 years now? 23 years. We have had 2 playoff wins.
And Joe Gibbs. Or 2. 2.0.
Did Joe Gibbs win both of those?
No, Norv did the first one.
No, okay. We've had two playoff wins, and 3 team names.
Dude, I hope we get a 4th team name. That's not the last stain that's going to be on this team is the name Commanders. We just
I'm totally on board with it. Change it. I don't care at all.
Yeah.
Something that Dan didn't put on this team is what it needs to be, the new name. I'm voting for Hogs. Some people were voting for Red Wolves, which I know a lot of the fans wanted. I don't care at this point. Just as long as it's not something that Dan Snyder came up with.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the one thing.
Oh my gosh. What is it? DJ Cool 4 says he has a fun story of Redskins owner Magic Johnson holding him as a baby. Well, let's see it, dude. Put it up here. Put it in the chat room. Chris Dow's out camping. He sent me a picture earlier of his campfire, his grill going.
Nice. Oh, nice, dude.
Pictures. We need more pictures of Dan Snyder toppling in here, too. Yeah, it was 10 a.m. and B. Mitch and Finley show. You hear beers cracking in the background. You said they had a champagne toast at 7 a.m.?
Yeah, at 6:30 in the morning. The junkies, they would pass the bottle, poured it in coffee cups all around the table with the 4 dudes.
I saw a clip from the local, I think Channel 5 in Washington. They had a reporter out on the street interviewing everyone he could find about the team sale, and he was like, I can't find anyone that's not delighted about this. Anyone. People are just crying and stuff. People are emotional about this.
Dude, I mean, if you want to get emotional, I'm kind of happy that I'm here because I had a heart transplant, I guess almost 7 years ago. And I could have died and not seen this day.
I know. Well, we were thinking there it is. Magic Johnson me, and it's like a Polaroid, dude. Check that out.
Oh, it is. That's awesome.
Dude, that is awesome. DJ Cool 4 is looking all what's going on here? Looking off to the side. Who is this dude? I can't believe that DJ Cool 4 was cradled in the arms of Redskins owner Magic Johnson.
Irving Magic Johnson.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
That's awesome. I love it. So now we've got, if these guys do end up being the ownership, it looks like it will be unless there's 11th hour swoop. And we have a public figure like Magic Johnson, who has he's got pieces of different teams that have won championships lately, like the Dodgers. What was the other one out there? The Kings?
How many teams does he own?
I don't know. Well, he owns a little bit of a lot of teams. That's where it makes that money, man.
Little piece of that.
A little piece of this, little piece of this, little piece of this. Well, with with Josh Harris, we got Josh Harris, and we got that Rails guy.
Let's go in a little bit about what we know about these dudes.
Yeah. We'll start off with Josh Harris. Now, we know he is the owner of the 76ers. He is the owner of the New Jersey Devils, who came back to beat the Washington Capitals last night in the final game of the year after the Capitals were up 3-0. And let's see, he also owns a piece of Crystal Palace Football Club.
He owns the Redskins.
And now he owns the Redskins. Washington football team, Commanders, fill in the blank.
Hogs, Red Wolves.
Hogs, Red Wolves, Warthogs. I don't care. Just get us a name that doesn't have anything to do with Dan freaking Snyder.
Dude, imagine if this dude comes in and when this papers are signed in a few weeks or whenever, he comes in and he's like, the first thing I'm going to do is change the name to something the fans want. Bam.
Dude, if he did that and did a poll, sometimes the owners do a poll, the Washington football team did a poll.
They did the poll, they just didn't care what came out of it.
Yeah, they didn't care about what happened in the poll. But if he comes out and he does a poll, Red Wolves will probably win, and that's fine.
I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, if we have Red Wolves and we have Josh Howell as our quarterback, unless they promote Eric Bieniemy to the head coach, and he decides to bring in Lamar Jackson or something like that.
Josh Howell,
dude. Josh,
Sam Howell,
Josh Howell,
dude.
Josh Rails, Josh Bezos.
I heard today on B Mitch that apparently this Josh Harris dude that's going to own the team, hopefully, not Dan Snyder, has some connection to Lamar Jackson. What do you think about that? Like, he knows him or knows someone that knows him? I forget what they were saying, but people were like,
maybe.
I don't even care. I'm just glad the team's sold.
I think with Lamar Jackson, I think Lamar Jackson is too injury prone. He looks like RG4.
RG4.
He's missed a lot of games each of the last 2 years. He's probably going to keep getting injured because he's a little guy, runs around, and he gets knocked down by like 300-pound dudes.
Yep.
I mean, I think Kyler Murray is going to have the same thing in Arizona. He's probably going to have a really serious injury this year. I mean, these little guys, these little John Adams-sized guys, you just can't keep going in the NFL because you're going to get broken in half. So, I don't know. But, I mean, it would not surprise me at all if he was just like, we're trading 3 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson or something like that.
So here's what I read a little bit about Josh Harris and when he took over the 76ers.
Right.
Apparently they were in the burn it down, rebuild from nothing, tank to get top
for
players.
Like 3 years.
Yeah.
And they just kept getting like a really, really high draft pick every year, and they just kept basically throwing a dart until they got guys that stick, and then they got Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And they've been in the playoffs like the last 4 years or something like that.
But so, I don't think we're at I think our team is better than that. We don't need to burn it all down. I honestly think we're at a point where we just need a few more pieces.
We need offensive line help. We need
quarterback.
And it's either
linebacker.
Go with Sam Howell and the Red Wolves or whatever they call them, or make a humongous trade. Brand new team, just bought it. Gonna throw some money out there, do my thing, and get Lamar Jackson. I mean, and fire Rod Rivera and promote Eric Bieniemy. I can't think of anything else so far that would make me.
All right, people
look at it weird.
People were hating on Ron Rivera. They have reason to. But the one thing I was thinking this week that I did like about what Ron Rivera, and maybe it's not even Ron Rivera as much as Martin Mayhew has done,
the Mahdi's,
is sign these dudes that we've homegrown. John Allen, Terry McLaurin, and even like some of the Logan Thomas, some of the smaller dudes too, like
although Logan Thomas wasn't homegrown, but
dude, who's the Pro Bowl guy? Jeremy Reeves, like those dudes. Dudes. Dude, I mean, DJ Coolfor is saying we need a tight end. Honestly, I kind of think that Logan Thomas kind of got the shaft last year. Like, he was not being used as well as he could be. Your thoughts?
He's also a big salary cap hit, and it would. I'm almost certain he's going to get a post June 1st cut this year.
Really?
By us? Oh yeah. I think he's the number one guy we're going to have to cut if we're going to make moves.
If we're going to sign Lamar.
If we're going to sign Lamar, we're going to sign RG4. I think he's the number 1, 2 person, and Chase Roulier is probably number 2. Like those guys, they know it. I don't know with Logan Thomas. I don't know if he can come back. And I mean, like Frosted Hoss last year, Cole Turner was out with a concussion for a number of weeks, and I think he had a hamstring or something as well.
Dude, Frosted Hoss he's a bust, I think.
So far.
You're going to give him one more chance, one more year?
I'd give him this year because, I saw him in college a few times playing out there in Nevada, and he was by far like, he was one of the best people on the field. Like, and he made some spectacular catches, but he was also I think they're in the Mountain West. So, Dude,
is three-peat actually Three Pete's actually listening to a live podcast? Is he in the Discord room or is he on YouTube? I don't know. Oh, he's on YouTube. The only person in the live podcast room is CJack17 on Discord. Seems that people like to go to YouTube but then chat in the Discord. But just so you know, you can actually go into the live podcast channel like CJack did on Discord and listen right in there. In fact, if you go in there, we can bring you on the podcast if we want to know how you feel about the sale emotionally.
And this is a very emotional day for all of us. So
let's talk about I'm going to talk about my emotions from this.
You're going to talk about your emotions.
My emotions, and I don't talk about my emotions. I'm a very private, emotional person.
And then light some candles. Hold on.
Light some candles, dude.
Oh, it smells like patchouli.
The team that I grew up with in the 80s were awesome, and Dan Snyder destroyed everything that they were piece by piece, little by little, until there was nothing left of the team that we knew. That's what happened. Today is like a fresh new start, and I was starting to think I would never see it in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And I don't care if we go 0-16 next year. Dan Snyder is not there.
Or 17.
Or
16-1.
Oh, yeah, we play 17.
Dan Snyder not being... Yeah,
why they keep changing the rules, dude? I don't care if we go 0-17. Dan Snyder is not there. And the stadium is going to be fun. They can come back to D.C., RFK. No, let's go through all the crap that Dan Snyder did. Just some of the highlights. He sued a grandmother for not being able to afford her season tickets.
Right.
Who does that? She had season tickets since like the 60s or 70s. Couldn't afford it because of the 2009 bank recession that caused that recession in 2009. Couldn't afford it. And he sues her.
Right, yeah.
He's a multi-billionaire. And he's suing a woman.
Allegedly.
He's going to be now. And he sues an old woman. He claims to be a fan of the team. And he sues an old woman who's a true fan because she can't afford the tickets because of him.
Not being like, hey, we're going to hook you up and we're going to make this like, a positive public thing. And trying to have goodwill with people and stuff. I mean, that was just the very beginning. Actually, I thought that was earlier in his. That
was a while back.
I think it was a while back.
Dude, let's go way back to the beginning. He drafted Dion and tried to cut Darryl Green.
He didn't cut him, but he benched him and made him play nickel.
You don't do that. No. No. Darryl Green could play as long as he wanted it in my book. He could play until he was using crutches because he did enough for this team to earn that respect. You don't take some dude that doesn't like to tackle, overrated Deion Sanders, can't tackle, goes for the interception every time, and when he whiffs, he doesn't try to tackle the dude. I'm getting really mad about this. You start with that stuff. Then you bring in Jeff George, mental case.
Jeff George.
Who brings in Bruce Smith. Let's go back. Who did he fire as general manager?
Charlie Casserly?
Yep. And who did he bring in? Vinny Serrato, your favorite dude.
Oh, man. Cokehead Vinny. And his really big eyes. He was just like, hey, dudes.
How do you fire Charlie Casserly?
Hey.
How do you fire Charlie Casserly and bring in a failed actor named Vinny Serrato to run your team? How do you do this and claim to be a fan?
Because he probably had really good connections with the Coke people, man.
He systematically destroyed the team while claiming to be a fan and just wanting to win.
Right.
Over 20 3 years. 23. Well, I have more time in my life of Dan Snyder than the glory years. There's a lot of people that listen to this podcast that have never had any of the glory years. And I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
And they have to be elated today.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with my emotions. Now you go with yours. I'm going to take a break.
I think I've already said them all.
All right, John's a man of few words. All right. CJack17 is the only one in the live podcast. Let us know if you want to come on with your emotions. And anyone else that wants to come on with their emotions, head on over to the Discord room, which is discord.com/HarryHF. Join the channel. Come into the live podcast room, and we will bring you right on the podcast. Just have headphones and a microphone.
Damn.
I know a lot of people are on YouTube, but still. We need more pictures of Snyder in here. What is this? Picture of me doing just that. What are you doing? 3-Pete, you confuse me. I draft Richardson before signing Lamar.
The Washington Magic.
Wait, isn't the Magic already a team? Isn't it Orlando Magic?
It's the Orlando Magic.
What are they, a basketball team?
Yeah, dude.
I don't watch basketball.
You go to Orlando like 4 times a year.
Well, I go outside. I go to Lake Buena Vista. Oh, 3-Pete's using YouTube and Discord. CJack17's type. DJ Cool 4. Anyone that wants to vent about Dan Snyder, open mic night, dudes, let me know and come on in the Discord room.
Yeah. This
is a celebration here. And it's also the cathartic venting period. CJack17's been a fan since the mid-'80s, and he's super happy.
There's no one that's not happy.
Dude, I've seen tons of articles in the last 30 hours or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Written by people that are like, our whole family were fans, we couldn't take it anymore, and we're happy to be coming home.
There were people on the radio who were actually crying
I know.
today. And I get it, man. I mean, people are just like, my dad died and had to deal with like 20 years of Dan Snyder, and then he died. He never got to see anything. He saw his multi-championship team turned to rubble. Rubbish.
Dude, you know what I thought would have been cool? Like super cool with this ownership group? If Joe Gibbs joined it.
Oh, man.
Even if it was just he like threw in a few bucks to be included in the names, like
he's got a lot of NASCAR money, man. He could throw in $50 million, I bet, and be just fine. And that would be awesome.
Everyone would be like
awesome. Yeah. That's the one thing that Dan Snyder did that was good. Was he brought like right when the fan base started, we really started getting like irate and really getting pissed off at him. He's like, "Hey, I got an ace up my sleeve. I'm bringing back Joe Gibbs." And we were like, "This is awesome." And I mean, he had a losing record, but he got us to the playoffs, and we won a playoff game with him.
And it's Joe Gibbs.
And it was a losing record, but he's still like comparative to other people. And I mean,
he's been the best coach since Dan Snyder was there.
He's been the best coach since the 70s.
No, I mean, Joe Gibbs 2.0, I think.
Oh, yeah, by far. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
Now we'll see with him and Joe Bugle and that other old guy that were standing around, like getting confused about the rules and stuff. They were still the best coaches.
Like when they call timeouts they didn't have and stuff like that.
Yeah. And Joe Gibbs would hide his face because he didn't want to watch. Oh yeah, doing some weird stuff. But I mean, there's so many bad things to talk about.
About Dan? All right, let's talk about some other ones. How about the way he treated his employees? How about the way he instructed his media people to take the cheerleaders and make a video called "The Best Bits" of the raunchy?
Dude, he was whoring out his cheerleaders, and this is the big thing that's going to be aggravating to people. And Sally Jenkins from the Post has put out articles saying it was all about all the wrongs that he did with the cheerleaders, and thank goodness he's getting his cover-uppance and everything like that. That's a bunch of crap, and everyone knows it. The NFL doesn't care about the cheerleaders. They don't care that he was pimping out his cheerleaders to other multimillionaires and billionaires. They don't care. What they care about is money. That is the top of the dog, the top dog of the NFL. They care about money.
And it doesn't look good when one of your premier franchises that have been around since the 1930s has more visiting fans in the stands than home fans. That does not look good to the NFL.
Yeah.
And then, let's bring this up. You know what else the NFL doesn't like? Is when you're like cooking the books and taking more money from them. What was the deal with that? Not reporting ticket revenue? Something like that?
They weren't giving out the money that all the owners have to give out to the other owners, part of the collective bargaining agreement and all that.
They were underreporting revenue? Is that what it was? Something.
Yeah.
He was ripping off his own fellow owners.
And that is what got them to talk. They didn't care. They don't care about the cheerleaders.
They don't care about the cheerleaders.
As much as we all care.
I care about the cheerleaders.
Terrible.
I love the cheerleaders.
But Dan Snyder is a billionaire. Billionaires go by different kind of rules, man.
Well,
and what they care about, they don't care about cheerleaders. They care about money. That's what the bottom line is. That's why the NFL was going to take the team from him if he didn't sell it, because of money, not because of cheerleaders, not because of women saying misconduct, sexual harassment, all that stuff. It was money.
You right. You're right.
I'd argue that to sell Jacob's face till the cows come home, man.
He is a piece of crap, dude.
Absolutely.
He's already founded a company in England. He's gonna get what was it they did in the old days? Tar and feather people and bring them out on the rail or whatever.
They do that here too. Tar and feather. Tar and feather.
What was that?
Big River.
it's just popping into my mind, that scene from Oh Brother Where Art Thou, where they bring the ride they get out on the rail. That's what they need to do with Dan Snyder.
And he's that fiddle guy going, wee!
And they're already he's already fleeing the country. He's already said that his primary place of residence is England because everyone hates him here.
He may never come back here. And don't think that he's good. Well, he might buy a soccer team in England or in Europe sometime, but most people over there are just do you think Dan Levy is gonna talk to Dan Snyder?
He's got $6 billion if he wanted to buy a team.
He wouldn't sell to the Qataris. He's not going to sell to Dan Snyder.
I'm messing with you, dude. I'm messing.
No, you don't even have to mess with me because I know it's not true. There's no way Dan Snyder or Dan Levy wouldn't even let him in the room.
Well, I don't care what he does as long as he's out of our collective lives. It doesn't matter.
He's not going to be able to come out here because he'll probably get arrested.
Dude, I know. He might even get extradited from England. He better go somewhere that won't extradite.
We do have a special relationship with England, you know.
Don't extradite his butt right back here. So he's gonna have to stay on what's his ship called? The Lady Snyder or something like that. The Lady S.
The Lady S.
For Snyder. He's gonna have to stay on the Lady S, out in the Caribbean somewhere, in international waters.
Gotta go out to international waters all the time.
He's just gonna stay there.
Spain and.
He'll have to get supplies dropped in from a helicopter because he'll get arrested if he pulls into dock anywhere.
I have kind of a breaking news here.
Oh, okay, good.
This is from WUSA 9.
Not that he's reneging and keeping the team, because I will
No, not at all. Not at all. No, and he won't do that. The NFL won't let him. I don't understand why people won't listen to that. All right.
I'm still not believing it. I'm in denial. What did Kenny Ken call it? Stockholm Syndrome or something?
Stockholm Syndrome.
All right, go ahead.
Dude, there may be another bidder. The bid being discussed
Steve
is
A?
by DC native Brian Davis, former Duke basketball player Brian Davis, as a $7 billion cash offer.
What? You're kidding me.
According to USA 9, CBS.
You Googled it. I got to Google this.
He's offered to pay the first billion to Dan Snyder within 24 hours and $6 billion within 7 days. Where's he going to come up with $7 billion?
How does Brian Davis, a Duke player, have $7 billion?
Exactly.
Well, my gosh.
It'd be. Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe, who knows?
Hold on, I'm looking this up. I'm seeing it. $7 billion. It's right there, dude.
How about that?
A $7 billion offer to buy the Commanders by a DC native is in play. Sources say, dude, he was in Duke in early '90s, right? With Rat Boy,
with Rat Boy,
Bobby Hurley,
set foot in Kentucky.
Oh my gosh!
Have you ever seen Christian Laettner in an interview? He's like, I would rather pee in a bottle than stop at a rest area in Kentucky.
Dude,
they hate him so much.
Dude, here's a funny thing about that. So I live right near Louisville, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of Kentucky fans around here.
Yes, there are.
So there was this dude from work when I worked for an office building, instead of on my own.
Right.
And he was like, we have to take a business trip down to Raleigh. Are there any good restaurants that we should check out? So my brother Josh lives in Raleigh, and he said they should check.
Who? Josh?
Oh, where's my sound effects?
Sounds like Josh.
Dude.
So anyway, so I asked Josh where they should check out, where they were staying near, and he was like, there's a restaurant there that's pretty cool. It's called the Lucky. What number was Christian Laettner? 32 or something like that?
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, it was his number, Lucky 32, and I told them that, and they went there, and it turns out it was Christian Laettner's bar that was all Duke themed, and these dudes were Kentucky fans.
Oh,
they went.
Josh.
No, he didn't know. Man. He didn't know they were Kentucky fans, and I didn't know this place was like a Duke bar, and I told them to go there, and they came back, and they were so mad. Well, one of them,
dude, that would be like you and me going to like a Philadelphia bar in Chicago or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
No, not even that. It would be like going to a Dallas bar in Arlington. Now that I think about it, man. So Josh said that so he didn't know they were Kentucky fans.
He had no idea. It was just but they thought that, of course, they thought that I did it on purpose.
Dude, did they ever get you guys back? Did they ever have
No.
Oh, man.
So I'm reading this article that you found, this breaking news.
Breaking news.
$7 billion. Like you said, offering to pay the first $1 billion within 24 hours and $6 billion within 7 days. And then he's also willing to indemnify Dan Snyder as a condition of his offer. According to the March 21st letter, meaning Davis is willing to take on any legal liability related to Dan Snyder and ongoing investigations into the team.
This has got to be fake.
This has got to be
fake. Why would anyone?
No one would do that. No one would do that. This is got to be BR. Sources said Thursday afternoon that Dan Snyder had reached an agreement with Josh Harris. Oh my gosh, this is just more in the freaking Dan Snyder saga. Yeah, this isn't going to happen. He has been a minority owner in the DC United, by the way. And he was on the 89 Duke team, and Laettner was named 32. So the name of his restaurant, I think, was Lucky 32. Oh my gosh.
Man. I wasn't lying about that story. I heard Christian Laettner say it on sports radio a number of years ago. He was like, I will not stop to pee in Kentucky. I'd rather use a bottle while I'm driving.
I'm not surprised.
Because he stopped once and almost got in a fight at a rest area because people wanted to be in love because he's super tall. It's really easy to recognize him.
Unless they're Louisville fans, and then they're probably like,
That's true.
Oh my gosh, the turn of events. But anyway, dude, that's got to be BS because I've only seen that one WUSA. I haven't seen anything else.
Man, he's probably got a friend that works there.
Yeah, no one, dude. Yeah, no one would take on legal issues.
Where are you gonna get $6 billion in cash
in 7 days?
Is it 40 chess? Jeff Bezos is gonna give him $6 billion.
Oh my gosh.
Kenny Kent's like, woohoo!
Where is Kenny Kent? I'm surprised Kenny Kent's not on here. He must be work. Nah, dude, he works days now. He's got no excuse.
Oh wow!
Unless he's at like the Stampeders game or something.
Dude, it's Friday night, man. Only you and I are like at home working.
Working.
We're working.
Working. Oh my gosh. Evil Dan Snyder be like, I show the utmost respect for my coworkers and colleagues. We know that's true. Anyway.
All right, well, so this breaking news probably BR, but you never know. That could be something though. We'll see. I mean, there's still a window for people to break it or to jump in there and offer more money. I mean, why would anyone give an extra almost $1 billion and take on his legal fees?
Yeah, that's got to be fake. It has to be.
It's probably yeah. All right. So anyway,
it's BR. I'm calling it right now.
Never mind that.
What?
Never mind the BR.
Yeah. What other? Is there anything else we want to talk about on this Victory Friday? Or we just want to wait and see what happens?
I guess we'll see what's going to go on. We're going to have probably maybe 1 or 2 BR stores, or maybe someone for real will pop up like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, although he's losing a lot of money at Twitter, it looks like. Or I don't know. All I know is that there's an agreement to sell the team. It's a great day. Hail to the Redskins.
Oh, I wanted to touch on something else.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I know we talked about it briefly. Oh, never mind. I don't want to touch on it. I was talking about how he had the team's tank, but we already said we don't think he would do that.
Josh Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't look at this team and say, oh yeah, we need to do whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, who knows? He could do what he could change coaches. He could come in and be like, here, I'll give you I'll trade you Deron Payne for part of the Lamar Jackson saga. Who knows, man? It's going to be a really interesting couple of months. It looks like they'll vote on this in May at the owners meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how much
after the draft.
Have at it.
So we have the draft in what? 2 weeks? 2 weeks till the draft?
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm kind of at the point now where I'd be like, let's take whoever the best available is, as long as it's not like a running back. People were talking about a running back. I'm like, no, we don't need a running back. Running backs are a dime a dozen, according to me. I mean, as far as I'm concerned.
We are not spending the 16th pick on a running back.
No.
This draft, like last year, we got Jahan Dotson, and it was a big wide receiver heavy draft, and we got the guy that we wanted. We got the guy with really great hands, allegedly. And so far, he's pretty much shown that. This year, cornerbacks are a dime a dozen in this draft. There's a lot of quarterbacks to go through. So it's very, very likely we're going to go for quarterback in the first round, but we'll see.
That's fine.
We'll see.
And then we made some move on O-line, but I'm not convinced. So I wouldn't mind us picking up one in like the first 3 rounds.
Yeah. Draft starts on Thursday, April 27th, by the way.
Oh, I think I'm going camping that weekend.
Oh, man. And they're going to be in Kansas City.
It's all right. I'll have signal.
Gone about as far as they can go.
Kansas City? Oh, that's kind of a long drive for me. But anyway.
Great 7 stores tall. What? As tall as the skies. Hopefully we don't get a YouTube hit for that rousing musical line that I just sang out.
I don't think we will, dude.
Yeah. So we don't really know much about Rails.
Isn't he like a DC businessman?
He's like a DC businessman, so it's a guy that's going to be really good. He's probably got a lot of fingers and a lot of pies. Probably it may be a little bit more with what he's doing in regards to maybe getting the RFK Stadium site or maybe the one by National Harbor. There's a big site out there that they might try to use.
Dude, I would like pee my pants if we get the RFK site and go back.
It would be perfect. It would be perfect. It would so be the basis to gentrify the whole area. Like these guys, I wonder if Mitchell Rails owns a lot of property around that or where his property is, because that might be where we're looking at the stadium. Kind of like how the Lurs bought a lot of property in the Navy Yard and everything. Might be something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Things are looking up. Let's just say that. There are so many possibilities
100%.
that we'll be able to get into in the next year. Welcome back all of the fans that left because they couldn't take Dan Snyder, which I completely understand.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be super awesome. Should we round this thing out and let people get on with their Friday evening?
Woo-hoo! Let's do it.
All right, let's round this out. There it is. Give a shout out to everybody on YouTube, live, and in the Discord room. DJ Cool 4, 3Pete, CJack 17, Chris Dow. Who else is in there? I don't know. Dudes, we're pumped.
Dude, it's just unbelievable. Check us out in Discord, tiny URL. What's our address?
tinyurl.com/HarryHF will get you the invite to the Discord room.
That's Harry HARRY HF.
You can call and leave a message on our hog line 202-735-1788.
Yeah, if you want to vent, goes right to voicemail. So you can do that. Or be like pumped.
You can reach us by email at hhfpodcast@gmail.com.
Do you check that email?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
It gets forwarded to my personal.
Every now and then we get like a, hey, we want to sell you, or we want to broadcast your podcast. You just have to advertise us 20 times.
Also, a shout out to Chen in Nova Scotia who just popped into the live podcast room.
Oh, I was about to say, he said he wanted to get on there, so.
Dude, Chen in Nova Scotia, check it out on the YouTube here. It'll be uploaded in a few minutes.
Yeah. Pumped!
We'll talk to you guys next week or at the draft. We'll see. Hail to the Redskins.
Yeah.
And if you see a Cowboys fan,
joke 'em, because we are back, baby.
Woo! Joke 'em. Bye-bye.
Look out, Philly. Look out, Giants. We are back.
We are back, dudes.